We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to break through key resistance levels. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 8:50 a.m. sent out a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to push up higher and having extreme strength here on 42 vision. We're going to talk about the inflow versus outflow in today's video and what key levels I would watch going into Monday. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot sent out a bull indicator at 10:10 a.m. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 300% plus within hours, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and we look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY under a full transition on 42 vision from the dip area down here from 404 area to the rip area yesterday up here at around 413, and a continuation up here towards the 415 area, breaking through the key resistance levels that we talked about in our previous videos. Now, if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bull indicator here in the opening bell, and the inflows holding up above the midpoint. We talked about this, how crucial it was yesterday for it to stop, hold itself above it on the 30-minute, switch from red to green and push up higher, and it did get a bear indicator in the pre-market, but it quickly got canceled by a bull indicator here towards the opening bell at around 411. It broke through resistance of 412 and went as high as 415 here, and slowing down at that next resistance that we've talked about right when 412 would get broken through. Now we need to talk about what to watch going into Monday and what it is I'm looking at. So the first thing is the support levels, but we're going to break them down in just a moment. You want to zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, and this is what's going to be the most crucial in this move so far going into next week, right? That these inflows continue to hold above the midpoint here, and it's currently sitting at 5.18. This is what I'm going to be watching very carefully for these inflows to not slow down, because if there's any slowdown going into next week, in the beginning of the week, whether it's Monday or Tuesday, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into the charts of the inflow versus outflow, heading towards the midpoint and quickly reflect into the charts especially after getting this bull indicator here at around the 407 area, and now we're up at 415. So we want this bull indicator to continue holding strong within the volatility, continuing that staircase effect to the upside, and that these inflows continue above the midpoint. That's going to be crucial and critical going into next week. Now, if we zoom in and look at this from the 15-minute, we could see here that inflows have been dominating all day. There was a slight outflow here, but it was still above the midpoint, not affecting the chart much. Huge divergence there while those outflows were happening, but when they pulled back significantly towards the midpoint and started to slightly affect the chart, you could see it there when it dropped from 415 to 414, quickly brought itself back up. When it slowed down and it's pushing back up here in the after hours, back above 415 on the charts, and the inflows are currently sitting at 2.22, and we're above the midpoint. This is going to be crucial for this bull indicator to continue to hold, and that these inflows continue above the midpoint here within the volatility. They lasted all day, and from the moment those inflows crossed over, the strength was there all day from around 411 towards the 415 area. So we do not want to see these outflows cross over, because you could see just in this example how quickly once that outflow happens and a bear indicator pops up, things start to pull back pretty quickly. It went from around 411.95 towards 410. It doesn't seem like much, but we do not want to see that weakness reflect into the charts quickly if these outflows begin and pull down even further on the 15-minute chart. Now, let's go ahead and look at the 30-minute, and let's talk about the key levels I would watch going into Monday. So the first thing is support, right? We want to keep in mind that it's back above 415, and the first support level below that level will be back down towards the 412 area, 412.50 to be exact. That's where things bounce back up, and that was a huge resistance level earlier in the week and support level to keep in mind, right? You do not want to ignore that. It was actually the resistance in the beginning half of the week and last week on Friday where things rejected multiple times and things fell down lower from that 412.50 area all the way down to 403 and bounce back up. That is going to be crucial and critical. 412.50 I would not ignore, especially if these outflows start to begin and cross the midpoint, and same thing here on the 15-minute if it starts to pull down. Now, below that level, if it gets crossed, the next support is 410. I would not ignore that. That is crucial and critical, and if that gets broken through, the next support I would watch is the 408 area. Now, anything below that, we'll have to reassess and see what's going on within the charts, but right now, those are the key levels I would watch to the downside, especially if these outflows were to begin and continue pulling down towards the midpoint and start reflecting that weakness into the charts and possibly cancel out this bull indicator with a bear indicator. Now, to the upside, the first resistance level, if there's any strength to continue here, is going to be 418 based off the history of the chart. We have to go back several weeks and almost a month to see that level, and when you go back out, you could see it up here towards the 416, 415 area, and then you come all the way back here towards February. The 416 and 418 area is going to be crucial, and we're re-meeting those levels before the rejection happened and things fell all the way down below 400 towards the 300 area for the next several weeks and month, right? So that is a crucial resistance based off the history of the chart, and it's going to be crucial for these inflows to go higher. That's what I'm going to be looking at on the 1 hour. Same thing here on the 30-minute. It's currently pulling back. We want that to switch from red to green, stay above the midpoint, continue to hold strong these bull indicators, and same thing on the 15-minute, right? We want that strength to continue to reflect here to the upside on the 15-minute chart, and currently here you could see that switch there within the live video, how it switched from green to red. If you go back in the previous parts of the video, it was actually green, and this bar actually closed and confirmed, and now the outflows are slightly beginning here, and we have outflows not just on the 30-minute now, but also on the 15-minute. So this is something to not ignore, and how it impacts the 1 hour is going to make all the difference because if they all three start pulling downwards and switch from green to red, I would not ignore that, and it's going to be important for the bulls to find support to continue this strength that we are seeing in the last several days within the charts. And the next resistance above 418 would be the 420 area. So these are the key levels I'm watching to the upside and to the downside. These bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and more specifically the inflow versus outflow. I'm going to be watching that going into Monday, as it's now red on the 30-minute and also here on the 15-minute, and we need to see if it crosses to the downside and how quickly it starts to reflect that weakness into the charts, and if it rolls over into the 30-minute, or could it find strength above the midpoint and pull themselves back up. And I call it any pullback the setup before the next bull run. That's how I like to call it. So we'll have to see if that's what happens. And now these are the key levels right now that are going to be crucial with the charts. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.